I was about 19 in college, and I had just recently been uprooted to move across the country back home. I think it was probably a mixture of just the stress from having to move and honestly a pretty poor diet and lifestyle at the time period, but it had caused a super adverse flare-up of GERD where I was not able to keep down any water or food without being in excruciating pain or throwing it up for about 17 days on and off. And in the process, I became incredibly malnourished and dehydrated, as well as the fact that I couldn't necessarily take care of my everyday responsibilities. And it took multiple weeks of medications and multiple specialty doctors, as well as undergoing surgery in order to get me back on track. I think I just had this idea that GERD is something I'd be able to heal over time to a point where it wouldn't impact me anymore. And now I've kind of been wrapping my head around the fact that this is a constant. It's something that I've been diagnosed with, and I understand that it might be like this forever and that that's okay. And I didn't really appreciate the fact that I could just have whatever I wanted for so many years, and I think about that pretty often. So the things that I do enjoy, even though they seem a lot more bland to me, I'm a lot more appreciative of them. Also, it's made me super intuitive of like other people's issues. Like if I have friends who are drinking and then they eat a specific food and they're not feeling well, or people who eat a bunch of acidic foods back to back and they don't understand why they don't feel good. I'm usually the person that can give them tea and sit them down and explain, hey, maybe try doing this and you might feel a little bit better. It just makes me a little bit more aware of others. And in terms of myself, I'm super like in tune with how I feel now. I would just get kind of random pains when I was younger, and I wouldn't really think to sit there and ask myself what it could be and why. In terms of my lifestyle, I've just changed a lot and prioritized the longevity of keeping everything else good. Like I prioritize sleep and little brain games for my brain. I eat lots of foods that are good for my cardiovascular and nervous system. I try to work out pretty consistently and things so I can make sure the rest of my body that functions properly continues to do so. I think I used to be in this mindset that if everything was functioning the way that it was supposed to be, then that was it. And I didn't look at it as anything to maintain or to give maintenance to. And now that I do, I think I look a lot younger. I think I look a lot healthier and brighter. So even if it doesn't necessarily feel that way all the time, I think it is making a difference. There's so many things that you love that you forgot about, and there's so many things that you equally have absolutely hated and have forgotten about. So over time, whatever is this new jarring thing for you will become old news. It's going to be something that you're used to, and not in a monotonous sense, but you're going to have new amazing things. Like once you adjust to a certain lifestyle where you feel like you're lacking so many things, there's going to be new things that you try out on account of that you never would have if you were in any other scenario. And I think that there's a lot of moments and great things that are going to come of that.